Today we're going to look at a general form of equation of a linear relation. But before we get that, we will do a little review here. And so we have slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form once again looks like y is equal to mx plus b, where m is my slope and b is my y-intercept. So I've got to put this equation into this form. So they tell me this. So once again, they tell me slope is 4/9. So once again, here's my formula. So slope is 4/9. So that goes in place of the m, and the y-intercept is -2. And there it is. Then I have this equation over here, and they're asking me once again to put that into y equals mx plus b. So y is equal to, now the slope, I got a point here, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm up 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 5. So that tells me my slope is 4 over 5x, and what intercepts right here at the 4, so my y-intercept is 4. Now, next question they're going to ask me to look at is slope-point form. So slope-point form is equal to y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, and once again this is my slope. This is a point on the x-axis, and this is a point on the y-axis. So write an equation for these functions. So once again, they give me the slope and they give me a point, so all I have to do is replace them into my formula and come up with my equation. So -2/3, so I've got y, that stays the same, -2/3 bracket x stays the same. My point is -3, -4. So -3 my x, that's my y. So -3 comes here, so it'll be x minus -3, and this will be y minus -4. These will convert to y plus 4. Is equal to 2/3, and this will equal to x plus 3. So there's my equation for that. If I look at the chart here, once again, I'm going to look for a point, and I can pick any point. So I'm going to pick this one here. And that point will be -3. And I'm going to pick a point right here, and this will be -4, 0. I'm going to follow my slope, 1, 2, 3, so I went up 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back 7. So y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. My slope I found out was 3 over -7, and I could pick one of these points. So it'll be x minus 3, and the other one would have been y minus -3, which would be y plus 3 is equal to -3/7 and x minus 3. So there's that. When we look at this part B, it says general form for the equation of linear relation. So here's my general form: ax plus by plus c equals 0. So that's the general form equation. A has to be a whole number, so we're looking at numbers 1, 4, 19, 23, etc. And b and c are integers, so b could be -3, -4, c could be 4, 5, -6, whatever. So we're going to rewrite these equations into general form. So the first thing it says here, must put everything on one side, and as the number or coefficient crosses the equal sign, it changes. For example, if you have 4 on the right side and it crosses the equal sign to go on the left side, then the 4 becomes -4 and vice versa. Also, number general forms do not have fractions, which means you must get rid of the denominators. So, here's my first equation. I'm going to write this in general form. So, general form is going to be ax plus by plus c equals 0. So, I'm going to put everything on one side. I'm going to put this all over here. That's all going to turn on that side. So, I'm going to have 2/3 x plus y minus 4 is equal to c. So the 4 was positive here, so when it goes across the equal sign it becomes negative. And the negative 2/3 here, when it goes across the equal sign it becomes positive. So once again, I got it set up, but I cannot have a fraction, so I've got to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply this by 3. What I do to one side, I must do the other side. So everything here has to get multiplied by 3. The 3's cancel out. I end up with 2x. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And 3 times 0 is 0. So there's my question in general form. Okay. So now what I'd like you to do is I want you to try this question down here. And once you've done that, then we're going to look at this question over here, and then you're going to try that one. So stop the tape right now, try this question, and once you're ready, turn it back on and see what I have done. So once again, we want to put in ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So everything's going to go on one side. So 1 over 4x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Cannot have a fraction, so multiply everything by 4 to get rid of that denominator. 4's cancel out, so I'm going to have 1x plus 4y minus 12, and 0 times 4 is 0. So there it is. So now that you've finished that one and you checked it, then we can go look at this one. So this is a point or slope point form, so we're going to convert this into ax plus by plus c equals 0. So once again, I got to get everything on one side, I got to bring this in first. So y minus 1 is equal to 3/5 x plus 2 times 3 is 6 over 5. Then bring everything over. 3/5 x negative, because it's positive here, so cross goes negative, plus y minus 1, and this is coming over, so it's positive, so it's going to be negative 6 over 5. Get rid of the denominator, so multiply everything by 5. And because I cannot have, this has to be a whole number, I want to get rid of this negative sign, so I'm going to multiply everything by negative 5. And that way it's back to a whole number. So negative 5 crosses out, so I get 3x. Negative 5 times y is negative 5y. Negative 5 times 1 is 5. And these cancel out, and I get plus 6. Then equals 0, sorry. Put my like terms together, so there's no x's, there's no y's, but there's the 5 and the 6 go together. And there it is. So, in general form. So I'd like you to stop the tape again and try the question down below. And then once you finish, check it with my answers to make sure that you understand. If not, then we can talk about it in class. Okay, so you're going to bring this in first. I get y plus 2 equal to 3x over 5 minus 12 over 5. Take everything over at one side, and that's across the equal sign, it becomes the opposite. So negative 3x 5 plus y plus 2 plus 12 over 5. I'm going to get rid of the denominator, so we'll multiply everything by 5, but this is negative, so it's negative 5. Cross it out with that, so I get 3x minus 5y minus 10 minus 12. (3x minus 5y minus 22 is equal to 0. That should be my answer. No, this negative 5. it is. Okay, next page. It says determine the slope of a line given its equation general form. You need to switch the equation to the slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Determine the slope of the line for you. So I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to determine the slope. So I'm going to put everything back on one side and y on the other side. So I have 3x minus 2y minus 16 is equal to 0. 3x is going to come over. Because it's positive here, it's going to become negative. The 16 is going to come over. Because it's negative, it's going to become positive. I'm going to divide. I'm going to divide by negative 2. Because I want y by itself. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So those cancel out. Y is equal to 3 over 2x because the two negative signs will cross out. And 16 divided by negative 2 is negative 8. There's my answer. So stop the tape, try the question below, and then check it after you got it done. So once again, I'm going to get rid of the 5x and the 12. I have 2y by itself, and negative 2y is equal to 5x going on one side, so it's negative 5x, and 12 going on the other side is negative 12. Divide by negative 2. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. Cancel out. Y is equal to 5 over 2x. Once again, the negative signs cancel out. And negative 2 divided by negative, or negative 12 divided by negative 2 is 6. So there's my answer. Now we're looking at E. Graph a line in general form. So I'm going to graph this line. So once again, it says switch the equation to slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Then use the slope m and the y-intercept to graph the equation. So I have 3x plus 2y minus 18 is equal to 0. 3x comes over, so now it's 2y is equal to negative 3x. Negative 18 comes over, plus 18. Divide by 2. When I do one side, I must do the other side. The 2's cancel out. Y is equal to negative 2 over 3x plus 9. So I'll look for 9. 9 is right here. I got negative 3, so I'll come down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 2, 1, 2. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 2, 1, 2. And there's my dots, and all I have to do is just draw them together, and there's my slope. There's my line. All from using the y equals mx plus b. Okay, I want you to stop the tape now, and I want you to try the next question, and once it's done, check with my answer and make sure you know that you have the right idea how it goes on. So once again, I'm going to get the y by itself, so 3y is equal to x comes over, becomes negative x, or negative 1x, and the 9 comes over, becomes negative 9. Divide by 3. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. 3's cancel out. Y is equal to negative 1 over 3x, and negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. Okay, negative 3 is my x-intercept, so it's right here. It's going to come down 1 and over 3, so down 1, 1, 2, 3, down 1, 1, 2, 3. There's my points. Let's go ahead and graph it. And there you go. Any questions, come see me. If not, then have a good day.